Today we're unboxing an MTG. Look at the box. It is really similar to the Master of G box, except we have MTG over here instead of Master of G. But look at that. Oh my god, this is such an achievement. But don't be way ahead of yourself this year. Let me unbox this thing real quick. Put this thing up, and we're looking at very simple assembling. This will be all the papers on it. Look at that, very neatly placed. They have a special booklet for all of those papers. This will be the manual book. We're looking at the watch setup, quick setup. You can store this or bring this in your wallet and such, and they have this quick manual setting and all, so it's gonna be pretty neat thing as well to carry around instead of carrying this. It operates on 5369 module, which I will cover on a separate video. But yeah, that's as far as the paper. I bought this one used, so you're not gonna see any warranty card at all in here, so do keep that in mind as well. Is this indeed in the used condition? And this is the box, similar as the one on Master of G, but it feels different. I believe this one feels somehow tougher, a little bit more solid feels to it. So that's the thing about the box. This part is standard cardboard box. Let me open this thing up in 3, 2, 1. Bam. Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Alright, this is way better. Alright, so we're looking at MTG. I really love the smell of this type of box. You know, each time you unbox it, it gives this vibe, this awesome feeling to own a G-Shock like this. Look at that. Instead of blue, we have red around here, so you know, big thing, big thing. So this box is taking up too much space. Let me put this thing aside. Right here. So this is the box. This is the watch. It's indeed in the used condition. You'll see it at the close-up shot I'll be showing you guys after this. And we're looking at some of the links I got over here as well. Look at that. So this will be the H links and the connector in the middle there. This is the composite layered watch band. So we're looking at steel, stainless steel, fully stainless steel, and a composite material resin actually. So they're combining metal and resin for better shock absorbance and better build, and of course to save costs as well. Man, inside here feels like leather though. But anyway, let me remove this outer pillow. Fixing up. Oh man. Alright. Oops, there's a loud noise over there. Let me put this this way. So this is the MTG, my first MTG, the first time I'm unboxing a full steel, not full steel, but MTG G-Shock on this channel. So let's have a look on quick background on this piece. What is this? What is this? So this is the MTG-S1000D-1A1JF. The most basic MTG that is available almost everywhere. You guys already seen this plenty of times in almost every G-Shock store, official G-Shock store that is. And yeah, this model was released in 2013, specifically being on 9th of October in 2013. Same year as the Rangeman, and also the GDX was released similar as this year, you know. So this is a big deal as well. And I watched an interview that a blog to watch had made with Kikuo eBay, or the creator of G-Shock. The reason they released this is, I believe, to meet up with demanding on more elegant type of G-Shocks, because if you look at all my previous video, I unboxed a lot of vintage and basic G-Shock, and they all look like this, you know. This is more like practical tool G-Shock, and there are just a lot of resin here and there, so not as elegant. And yeah, so this will be the answer to those demands. This watch is indeed very, very big. I totally hated this watch during the release year in 2013. I was like, I would never own one of that ever. But then again, look at it here, 2017, I'm owning one already. So there's the thing, you know, this guy is getting pretty popular almost recently, and I believe most of the reason is because there are no steel watches that is from G-Shock out there, and the best steel one is the MRG, which is too expensive. So this will be the low end, the affordable version of the full steel G-Shock. If you don't like plastic watches like I'm wearing right now, this will be an option for you, or I believe that makes this MTG getting popular recently. And again, also there's a lot of fake G-Shock today, so you gotta admit that part as well. So people are trying to avoid fake G-Shock, so this is the answer to that as well. I mean, this is full steel. I've seen a fake version of this, but that was full plastic and totally trash. So yeah, full steel model. This guy was retail at 10,000 yen, but you are able to grab this below retail, which is about $800, or in Japan it's gonna cost you about 78,000 yen, something like that, if you got brand new, of course. However, if you purchase this in a used condition, you're gonna get just slightly lower price than the retail or the brand new model, because this model is getting popular today, and the model is expensive and a lot of people wanting them. The only way for people to get this is by used version of this. Less supply, high demand, high used market price. So let's have a look on this side. So we're looking at single crown, 2 buttons, and on this side we only have 1 button. Only down here. Up here just empty, no button up here. So most of the setting will just be operated from the crown. This will be the mode button. This will be some of the setting that you could use as well. This watch over here don't have a lot of fancy function like this model have or this model have. They're just simple piece to tell the time. The only best thing about this, it is full steel, and you know, full steel is less or prone to not crack over time or get destroyed over time. So if you own one of these, you most likely gonna be owning this for 10 or 20 years from now, even though you beat this thing up. So there is a plus over there compared to a resin built G-Shock like this guy over here. So there's upside on that. This is indeed full analog model. So if you're that type of guy who love analog, who dislike digital, this is the watch for you. And we also have dual time at the home time. The big display will be for local time, and we have a tiny display at this part over here for the dual time. You can set this thing up to whichever city. So basically this guy operates similar like the Gravity Master GA1100. They have 2 time at the same time, but both of them have their 12-hour system at the same time as well. So this guy have a 12-hour system down there. This guy have its 12-hour system up here. So kind of like we have 4 display to tell the time alone, which is interesting. Down here will be the mode indicator and day, and also date. We have date display at just below that 5 o'clock index, and we have day display as well. So you're able to know quite a lot of information just from at the glance alone. So that's pretty neat thing as well, I noticed on here. And we're looking at, for the function wise, this guy have alarm, just single alarm. You can set this thing up on or off. And of course we're gonna have a where is this, DST setting on or off. You can set this thing up as well. We also have a countdown timer, full analog by the way, from this tiny dial over there. And yeah, we also have a stopwatch. So that's about it on the function. Very simple basic function, but everything is operated by analog. And there is a downside of this model though. I mean, I will show you all the details in the module store video. In this video though, I'm just gonna highlight its features. I mean, the buttons looks very incredible. Look at that. I mean, look at this button down here. It have very weird shape, and you can even rotate it like that because they have those groove at the end there. Same goes with all the buttons as well. They have similar build, almost like the crown over here. You can rotate the crown to unlock it just once. You can press the crown as well. Very interesting build. And I believe they also have this steel washer at the watch band, so this thing not gonna come off anytime soon. It feels really solid, really robust build. I mean, I can throw this away and gonna kill someone with this, you know. But anyway, I'm just kidding guys. But anyway, I still remember the first time I got introduced to G-Shock, and I was like looking at all those models that was produced, and I look at this model called the Frogman, and I tell myself like, what the heck is that? I'm never gonna own one of those. That thing looks very weird. And look at me today, I'm owning this $3,000 Frogman. So yeah, so that's the thing as well. If you really need to own it, to know about it, to liking it. So that's why I'm still giving it a chance, even though I didn't like it at first. But we'll see if this thing gonna last on me. Sizing. Let's have a look on the sizing first. Their sizing, we're looking at at the biggest point, we are looking at 52 millimeters G-Shock. So that is, I mean, from the crown to the end here, we're looking at 52 millimeter size watches, which is pretty standard for big size G-Shock or big size watches almost everywhere. Standard. I mean, that is the biggest point. Let's have a look on this diagonal part over here. The casing just for the bezel, this circle shaped bezel up there, we only looking at 45 millimeter size. So that is not too big actually. The only thing that make this watch big is, I believe, the thickness, but to me it's not as thick as well. It is just 14 millimeters thickness. Look at that. It's not as thick, man. And the lug-to-lug distance will be about, let me measure this thing as well because this is important. The lug-to-lug distance, we're looking at 50 millimeters distance from this point to this point. So overall they are too big. They're not too big, and they feels very tough. The watch band size at, I mean, for the lug, the size of the watch band on here's measured at 34 millimeters. So that part is pretty big, but it is tapered. Let's have a look on the sizing at the end here. Only about 20 millimeter size, so that is pretty standard. The clasp is about 22 millimeters, and yeah. Talking about the watch band, let's have a look over here. It is connected at the middle part here. This is indeed case with this middle part, so I don't think you are able to replace this and add other G-Shock or other type of watch band on here unless you put an adapter. But if you add an adapter, that will be pointless because this adapter have this washer over here that match perfectly on here, so this totally vibration resistance. The finishing on this aren't as good, but they did get the job done. The watch itself is already big enough. Adding more flashy or glossy finish won't help at all. So it's still beautifully made. There are a lot of brush finish and just slightly tiny bits of glossy finish at the edges, just tiny bits here, over here around the bezel, just in there for the city code ring, and on the watch band as well they have just tiny bits of glossy finish. So yeah, they still have those. At the end clasp, this is just single clasp buckle with, I'm not sure what they call it, stainless steel material. They don't have any country or Casio sign below it, so I'm not sure. But yeah, we have this single clasp buckle. Take this out. There. Just push this thing up, lock it. Simple. And they have this resin material down here, which is a very interesting and unique build as well. This thing, I believe, one of the best thing about this buckle, I mean, we have G-Shock over there, but one of the reasons, because the thing about steel watches is that it really tend to get scratched very easily. I mean, especially at this bottom part, because when you're wearing the watch, you're gonna put your hand on the table and all. So having this resin part down here gonna prevent it from happening when you put your watch on the table like that. So yeah, that's actually preventing from scratching that G-Shock right thing over there. So that thing not gonna come up anytime soon. Talking about wearing a G-Shock, let me put it on wrist right now. I already set the sizing on this to match with my wrist size, which is 15mm circumference. So let's have a look how this thing gonna look on my wrist. I mean, I don't like wearing too big watches at the first, but I own one of this. This guy over here is way bigger than this, so owning this watch for a couple of months already making me realize that if I could pull this thing off, I can definitely pull this thing off. And that is one of the reasons why I consider of getting this MTG at the first place as well, just to give it a try. And look at that from a distance. Look at that. I mean, for me, I'm used to wearing steel watches that is small, and now I'm wearing steel watches that is big. I mean, yeah, I think it's gonna take some time for this watch to grow on me, for me to be liking it, but for now, yeah, as far as the fit, it looks pretty good, and I have slightly tiny gap below there, so that's the thing that I don't like about steel bracelet watch band, because they don't have this micro adjustment on here, even though Casio have that technology on the steel Golf Master, on the steel 5610 bracelet model. I don't know why they didn't add those micro adjustment in here. That would be very helpful, especially for a skinny guy like me. But can't complain much. I could try to remove bits or two in here to fix this issue. We have this tiny parts of 4 holes below there to get the adjustment right. But yeah, that thing you need to know as well. It feels very heavy. You know what, let me measure the weight as well, because that thing's gonna really determine how comfortable that is if you're gonna wear this throughout the whole day. I mean, depending on how much links you are placing on your G-Shock, that's gonna determine that as well. In my case, I'm very skinny. I'm just using like 1, 2, 3 links on this side, and on this below side 1, 2, 3 links. Actually on this part 4 links. So the weight, oh sorry, so the weight on mine, we're looking at 169 gram. 169 gram. I believe this is the heaviest G-Shock that I have in my entire collection. This guy over here is big, and still this thing is heavy by the way, and it's only weighed about 107 gram. This MTG lineup is insanely heavy, and if you add all of the links, I believe they're gonna weigh you about 188 gram. That is heavy watch right there. But there's the thing about heavy watch, because there's upside and downside. The downside, it is heavy and it's gonna be pretty not comfortable as much for some people, but at the same time you're gonna be able to feel the quality build of this amazing piece. If I'm not mistaken, both of these have the exactly similar retail price, but this thing looks cheap because it is plastic and it feels like and all that, but this thing is way better in my opinion. But this thing, however, you can wear this almost everywhere for formal event. I don't know which situation you'll get into, if you work in the office or in the factory, if you're a technician, someone who don't need to use all this tech and complicated functions, sorry, but you're still gonna go into the office work and simple daily life as well. I believe this is the single watch that you're just gonna need. You don't need all this fancy function. This will be all. This will complete all your needs, and at the same time complete the need for toughness as well. I'm very certain that the basic 6900 or full square model also could fulfill your need to tell the time and all, but this is the full analog and full steel model, so that is a thing up there as well. Plastic could be good, steel could be good, but steel and steel G-Shock is way better and way tougher. That's just how it works. By the way, the crystal over here is indeed sapphire, so do take note on that as well. For the backplate, we have this very incredible MTG steel backplate. I believe this backplate actually built all the way in, because I can see that the lug actually connected to the backplate as well for some reason. We have triple G resistant 5369 module MTG-S1000D stainless steel Japan H. So this, yeah, I believe one more thing, this watch over here is fully made in Japan, so that is a plus, a big plus over there. If you want something that's fully Japan made, I mean, you could be proud with the quality build on this, because it's fully made in Japan, no doubt on that. This is the premium line, I believe, from the H. So we're looking at Japan H, so they're gonna be Casio Yamagata production line, so that is one of the most premium place to create G-Shock. This watch is indeed multi-band seat wave scepter and also tough solar, so you don't need to switch the battery anytime soon. They will synchronize the time daily. You're gonna be able to tell accurate time almost every single day, and they have this batch number down here as well. So the batch number on mine, we're looking at 00001A039F. So 39th day of F, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F, 2016? Yeah, 2016. So the one I'm holding now is pretty new, and that equals to somewhere at the early of February, which is makes it up to date almost 1.5 year old. Not at all, but yeah, still looking good. It is indeed in use condition and hold up very well, and you can see a lot of scratch already. So I think I already done covering on the appearance, the full first impression, thoughts and opinion. I'm gonna wear this for a week or so, and then I'll be updated again with another video if I notice something weird, something that is that I don't like, something that I like, or anything that I think worth sharing to you guys. So stay tuned for that video incoming soon as well, and also the module demonstration video as well. So that's about it, guys. I hope you guys found this video useful, informative and entertaining as well for future reference. Leave a like if it does helping you in your next purchase though. And also subscribe to see more contents like this in the future. Thank you very much for watching again, guys. This is G-Shock High Fashion channel. And
maybe I'm painting blue. What I'm about to do. Show your